The sharp tuk-tuk of the manual sewing machine was the only heartbeat our house had left. Suddenly, the needle snapped, the metal tip flying past my cheek. I didn't flinch. I just reached for the small jar of spares, my 14-year-old fingers steady despite the tremor in my chest. From the yard, I heard our neighbors' voices rise in a cheer. "Look at him, a real soldier. Your grandson will give you a better life." I looked down at the blood blooming on my thumb where the fabric had caught. No one heard the needle break. No one saw the blood. I was the tough one, the bridge they all walked over to reach their celebration. I realized then that if you never cry, people eventually forget you can feel pain at all. It was the early 90s, and in our house, enough was a luxury we couldn't afford. While Kuya was excelling in the military camp and Boonsaw was being cradled through her nightmares, I was tasked with the invisible labor. Lola would bring home scraps from the garment factory, and it was my job to turn that basura into bundles of rags for the market. "Lola, the sandwich spread is almost gone," I said one morning. Lola didn't look up from stacking her goods. "Stretch it, Apo, just a thin layer. Enough to trick the tongue." I learned to stretch everything. The food, the money, and even my own heart. That year I won first honors at school, on recognition day. I stood on the stage with a heavy silence in the seat beside me. No one came to pin the ribbon on my chest. I watched other parents' beaming faces while I pinned my own success to my uniform with shaking hands. I scanned the crowd for Lola's tattered market umbrella, but the back of the gym was a blur of strangers. I walked home alone, the ribbon feeling like a lead weight. I thought not having anyone there was normal. I didn't realize I was starving for more than just food. I was starving for a thank you and good job that never came. The neighborhood celebrated Kuya when he got his first stripe. Lola made a feast for Boonsaw when she finally stopped crying for our parents. But for me, my milestone was a blistered palm from the sewing machine's handle. I remember sitting under the flickering yellow bulb, sewing curtains while the others watched TV in the sala. "Ate, can you fix my doll?" Boonsaw asked. "I'm busy, Boonsaw. I have 10 more curtains to finish." "You're always busy," she pouted. "Lola says you're made of iron." I wanted to tell her that even iron rusts when it's left out in the rain. I wanted to tell Lola that I was tired of being the strong one. But when I saw how thin Lola's own shoulders had become, I just pushed the pedal harder. I became the ghost of the household. The one who made the rice appear but was never invited to the feast of praise. Years later, that iron girl built an empire. I traded the manual pedal for a high-speed industrial machine, then for a shop, and finally for a digital storefront on sulit.com. I became the success story the relatives talked about. I have the designer bags now, and I never have to stretch the sandwich spread again. But the habit of the middle child is a hard ghost to kill. Even now, when I make a cup of Milo, my hand trembles, afraid to put more than a teaspoon. I still fold used plastic bags with a precision that borders on panic. I'm a businesswoman pioneering in e-commerce with a 14-year-old girl inside me still waiting for a gold star. Yesterday, as we cleared the last corner of the attic, I found it, the old manual sewing machine, covered in a tarp. I pulled open a small stuck drawer in its wooden frame. Inside was a dusty bundle of rags tied with red yarn. And something else. It was an official photographer's print, the kind they sold for 20 pesos at the gate of the school. It was me standing on that stage looking small but proud. On the back, in Lola's shaky handwriting, was the date and a single phrase. "My little warrior." Lola had been there. She had stood at the back of the gym, probably hiding behind a pillar so I wouldn't see her stained apron. She had used the money from 100 rags just to buy that one moment of my glory. "You kept us afloat, didn't you?" Kuya asked, his voice heavy. "We were so busy looking at the horizon, we didn't see you were the one holding the boat together." I reached out my hand towards Boonsaw and laid my head on Kuya's arms. The same way we did when we were kids waiting for ice candy at Alincora's Sorry Sorry store. For the first time in 20 years, I wasn't the Iron Girl anymore. I was just an ate and a younger sister standing in a room full of life. Now we realize that Lola's last wish was not for us to clear the house, but to remember that we still have a home,